Good day and welcome to another episode of the Help Me Mod video tutorial series. Today we'll be looking at the Added Mods menu. Now, as usual, to get this going, you need to activate your action menu, and then select Help Me Mod options. Scroll down toward the bottom and you will see it, Added Mods, and just select it. Now what this mod does, or this menu I should say, is it does a couple things. There are some mods that you can load in that exhibit strange characteristics from time to time. And that is, for example, you load them in and they may not work, which is basically rare anymore. I haven't seen that in years. But the other two things I do see on occasions is that you play the game, and after about 30 minutes, an hour, you need to go take care of business or something. So you go in and you save the game. You come back and a couple hours later, next day, whatever, and you load the mission back up, and some of the mods you had don't work no more. That happens. Another one is that you die, and when you respawn, they quit working. This was a pretty big issue for a while back with, for example, on multiplayer servers with the earplug menu. It'll be working, you join the server, you get in, you got boots on the ground, and the earplug menu works. Then you get killed for whatever reason, and when you respawn back, the earplug menu no longer works. There's just some issues. Most of those things have been ironed out, but at any rate, just in case they didn't work, you can activate them through here. But I only have certain ones that are activated, and these ones I use. Also, there's some other things on here, such as being able to use mods, such as the real world weather that's been incorporated into this menu. So if we go through and look at it, you can see we got the weather menu, activate Magazine Repack. Now you notice up here it says M3, M4, M7. If you go look on the website for the Help Me mod, you'll see a list of recommended mods, and these are these mods. The M3 is a real world weather, very good mod. M4 is, I forget the guy's name, it's version 3.1.3, I remember 3.13. Does a Magazine Repack, very nice mod. M7 is a Vehicle Appearance Manager, VAM, very good mod menu. Very small too. All it does is basically makes an interface where you can pick different skins which are already in Arma, so there's no skin downloads. You know, this mod may be less than a meg, I think. I know it's very small. But again, all these links are in the website that shows them. Same thing, the GOM Aircraft LoadOut, though I don't ever use that one anymore because my menu does pretty much things his does built in, and so forth. So we'll start at the top here, and we'll show the activate earplugs. Now this is a built-in script, and the links are all they're in the actual download itself. You can see where these came from, and you can find these. And what it does now, just to show you, you need to activate user key 14 for these to work. So right now it is activated, so if I hit F11 key, which you can't hear it, but I'm hitting it and nothing happens. That's the function 11 keys what I have set for the key. And you see right there, there it is right there, action, whoops, it's F11, use action key 14. That is what's in the earplug. So if I come down and say activate, you see the bottom left, earplugs added to menu. If I go to my menu, there they are. And actually I can hit F11 now, earplugs on, hit it again, earplugs off. So that activated it. And though it's not, so I don't have that mod loaded, but it's there. And I also set Alt W to get me back to this menu. So all menus have keys that you can use. Now these will not work because I don't have them loaded. But holster option is very nice too. It has a very rudimentary holster. So if I activate it, and it's now activated, and I come and say holster weapon, there we go. It's now activated. So that also makes a nice feature. I'm making a quick note on something there. But it allows you to do that, and I come back and I can take it back off again. So it's really nice, a little feature allows you to do that. We come down, we'll skip the door one to come back. Now if you had an alive map and you were playing this on Stratus and a live mission, it saves the files for you automatically. And they're not saved normally. I think they're saved through the profile, I'm not sure, but there definitely is not a standard Arma save file. But you can't delete them, and you have to use a special command to delete the live files, and it's a big long command too, and it's a pain because you can't cut and paste it in, and so it gets to be messy. What I did was took that command, placed it in the menu, and now all you have to do is just come down. Oh, I have a persistent mission on Stratus, I want to get rid of it. Bam, and it tells you it's been deleted for this map only. So if I had a live mission for Altus or Tanoa, it doesn't touch that, only for Altus. So it does that, and it's safe. Now bear in mind, this actually does delete data off your hard drive, but this uses the alive command. It's nothing that I concocted. This is actual their command that they use. I just made it easier to access and actually use properly with no problem. Other one is Death Squad menus. I'll get to that one in a minute. But one of them, another add-on module is activate automated doors. Now this is a very nice program. I like a lot. I use it all the time. So let's go to a section where there's some doors. Let me think of a good location. Yeah, this will do over here. Activate it. Let's turn God mode on. Disable sway, fatigue. And activate that. Whoop. Now go to my map. Actually, we can go right here. We don't need to go that far. Now, normally when you walk up to the door, this is what happens. And I don't know about you. I'm just using something to get rid of this right here. Well, we're going to move this target to somewhere else. Let's get him highlighted. Move where to. There, I got the noise. That was all. Now, you know, typically when you walk up the door, you get the icon and you got to hit your, at least in my case, the enter key to get it open. And then enter key again to get it closed. And while that's not bad, sometimes it can be kind of a pain in the butt, especially when you got people shooting at you and you want to get away from it. You got to fiddle with that. Plus, also another nice thing too, if you play like a multiplayer servers, or if you're playing a mission, the AI will open the door and they go out and then leave the door open. Very few people will shut the door behind them. I'm going to give you a hint. If you're playing multiplayer or against other humans on the opposing side, always shut the door behind you, because if I'm coming here, I can say, someone is either going in or come out from that building. It's a giveaway. So it's a little, just a strategic tip, always shut the door when you leave or enter a building. That way no one knows that you're in there. It minimizes it. So, but that's kind of a pain to have to do that. Well, a guy named Here's Johnny wrote a script, and unfortunately, and I've looked into it, I haven't really spent much time in it. It only does for Altus Stratus, and I'm not sure if it does for Tanoa or not, but anyway, it does them for Altus and Stratus. And that is, we'll come there and activate automated doors. When you activate, you see the top, automatic doors are now active. The very first time you do it, it may take a second or so to load up. But if you look in your action menu, you got some new things. Disable automatic doors, keep doors open, and permanently remove this function. So if I come over here now, I didn't have to do nothing. Did you notice that? Now watch the door. It shuts automatically too. This is pretty cool. If you're getting shot at, I ain't got to worry about the doors being open for me. I can just run in and do my thing. Bam. 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 And I'm out. If I go in, you notice all these doors are now shut. This is a very nice feature. It's something that is one mod I use all the time because it's really handy, as you can see. And to stop it, you can just come in and say disable. Now it's off, and we come back in. Whoop, we're right back to what we were before. And if you actually read the documentation, it says it has a trigger for this, so if you get within, I think, like 2 meters of the door, it'll automatically open and shut for you. But I go back in, I can say, enable. And I can come back in now. See, it's shut. I can come in here and also say, permanently remove it. And now it's gone. Now if I come back, the doors, well, they're not supposed to open, but who cares? But that's a bug in the code, I guess. I know it's no big deal to me, so who cares on that? It's still interesting it did that because it wasn't supposed to do that, but at any rate. So anyway, that's what that is. It's a really nice function to use anyway. I like it a lot. Another function, let's move out of the way here. Let's go somewhere where we can see stuff. Just trying to look for a good location. All right, let's put here. Oh, I got him over here again. All right, let's move him out of the way. Oops, wrong menu. Good spot for it to go away. Okay, so up here, the one thing that you have, it's kind of a fun little thing to do. It's a script I wrote. It's called Death Squads. There were originally 2 menus in here, Death Squad 1 and Death Squad 2. Death Squad 2, what it would do was spawn a random number of men, like 20, 30 men, in a circular fashion around you with the vehicles, and they would advance towards you. Every 30 seconds, I think it was, they were given your position where you locate at, and a new waypoint was set for them to move towards you to take you out. Death Squad 1, and he quit working for some reason. It started giving me an error message when the Arma update was done. I don't know what happened. However, Death Squad 1 still worked. So I left it in here. It's been years since I really played it. It should work. It seems to work a little bit. I tested it here. If it don't work, oh well. You know, the saying goes, how much did you pay for this? So the way this works, you just get wherever, usually flat land, because it will spawn them in random directions. And this will spawn them in a certain direction, a certain distance away. And again, I think it's every 30 seconds they're giving you a new waypoint, and they will advance towards you. And they will kill you unless you kill them first. So we'll say Death Squad 1. And it says they're being formed. It's building the random units right now. They're coming for 144 degrees, which is roughly this direction here. 600 meters out, which means they may be in the ocean. I think they will be. Let's see. Now they've been dispatched. If we do unit count, we see there's 24 units out here somewhere. And they should be moving toward me if they're not in the water. I have a feeling they are. Let's go to another menu here, which will allow me to see the units where they are. Show all units on a map. And they're on the war, so that's not going to work too well. So that's a normal error message from the show all units. It happens on one time, just ignore it. So let's do this. Let's go back to Death Squad. And let's terminate them. They're gone. Let's move to a different location. Let's go right here. Okay, we'll start the Death Squad up again. They're 165 degrees. That's roughly right out there, that direction there. 642 meters out. We went from the form. They have been formed. How many we got? We got 17 of them. And there are 2. They're still offshore. Let's help them out a little bit. Let's just reform. Let's just do it that way. 66 degrees. .500 degrees out. All right, there they are. Now they're on land. And you can see them now. They show all units on the screen, updates every 30 seconds. So you can see them right now. This is the initial position they were formed in. And in about 30 seconds, you'll see them change. And what I'm going to do is accelerate the time, and I'm going to do this too, get this out of the way, make it a little easier to see. And we're going to accelerate the time, and here they come. Now I have God mode on, I do believe, so I shouldn't be killed. And you can see him moving. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop it real slow. Now you see him heading toward me, so what I'm going to do is have a little fun with him. I'm going to pop right there. And I tell you what, let's get inside the building, get up on the second floor, and bring them on. We'll go out to the extended view like this so we can see them. See, there they come. And see, now they're moving straight toward me. And here comes one in. I don't know if he's actually going to come upstairs.
AT soldier, grid 036, 028. Foot movement, grid 036, 028.
Anyway, this is what it does. It's kind of fun little thing.
036, 028.
But that's what the death squad's like. It's actually kind of fun to play. You can incorporate that with some of the other features, such as spawning troops and reinforcements that is, whatnot. You can actually have some pretty little fun with it. So we're back where we were. The last thing on here we'll show, let me make sure we got a thing, will be the weather mod. And you select this, and you can see the mission default. Right now there is nothing, so it's not going to update anything. Update time is how often do you wish to have the weather updated. Every 3 minutes, and this will go out to the website, the weather website, download the current data, then import it into Arma. This means, for example, with if let's say at 12 noon is clear and at 1 o'clock it's pouring down rain. If I set update every hour, for example, what starts off clear and then the next update an hour later is pouring down rain, you get no transition. However, if I went, let's say, every 3 minutes, it'll be clear, then cloudy, then really cloudy, then light rain, medium rain, then hard rain. It would gradually increase. So that's why that's there. Personally, I set it for either 3 or 5 minutes, and so you can get some gradual, realistic updates to the weather instead of just off or on. Set time to weather location. If you say, for example, let's say, okay, I want the weather from London, England, it's going to set my Arma time to London, English time, not what time I have here. So I can say set it to the weather station's time, or leave the time alone. It's either off or on. If I select that, it's, as you can see there, it's one or the other. That's all it is. Now the weather console allows you to go in, see the weather, see the values it's pulling down, as well as allow you to change it to another city and whatnot. But in order for that to work, you need the API key. And you see right here, data not found, because you do not have the API key. How do you get the API key? Well, in the HelpMe file on the website, it tells you how to do it. You put it in, and where do you do it? Right here. You put in your number right here into the thing. So I type in, so put in 123 ABC, for example, and I click submit. And it tells you in the upper right hand side the key's been set. If I come back to weather console, there you go. You see it set down there. You can also always come back and look at it. I don't like it, I can hit the escape key to cancel out. That's all you do. It's just that simple. You have to sign up for it. They ask for email address. You do. I've had it now for several months. I've never had one single email from them. And so don't worry about getting spammed or anything like that. You won't get anything. But without it, as you saw, you're not going to get the weather. I have, since I live here in Atlanta, Georgia, I have me a hotkey setting here for this. So if you don't live in Atlanta, oh well, you can take the PBO apart and change it to what you want to. Of course, as a note, if you do that, you'll have to use your own key if you plan to use this on a multiplayer server, because right now the mod is keyed for my key. And here you load previous saved weather, which means I can load in what it was before, which is nothing. It hasn't actually changed, so it doesn't really do anything. Now you got weather for Arma maps or real world locations. Arma maps, there you go. It can tell you whether it's between a user map or Arma map. And here's all the different locations you can select, and it's going to select for those areas, as well as for real world locations too. Hanoi, Hong Kong, London, Malta, I mean all these locations are on there. So you can always select for those locations. And then all locations, it's the same thing as both menus combined. That's all that is. This is nothing big about that. And that's the info of the weather menu. It's pretty simple. Pretty up to, nothing very fancy, hard to understand. The biggest thing is just getting the API with the API key and putting it in. That's the, and you, if I remember correctly, you can do a cut and paste here. So just put in your number wherever it may be, and then click submit, and away you go. That's all you have to do. And so if you come to the weather console, it shows the goo got typed in. But if you ever want to get in and say, oh, I want the weather from my country, you can just type in country and your city, and then click request. And so let's say you live in location Paris, France. That is not one that's on the menu. So okay, I want to get the weather for Paris, France. For this, so I type in France. Oops. And put that in and click request. Since I don't have the key, it's not going to work. But that's all you got to do to get your location, and this will import the weather straight into Arma, and you'll be good to go. It's a quick and simple process. But that's the weather menu that's under the added mods. Nothing big on that either. But this concludes the tutorial on the added mod menu. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you much.